Right, are we up? I think we might be up. All right, guys. So this is the second live stream I've ever done. It's showtime. I've got a few happy helpers in the chat. So if you are watching this, then get over into the chat box and ask your questions to either Fantasy Yerma or FPL Hints as well. He's helping me out. So yeah, thanks for you two for actually getting involved. Let me know if you can hear me, just to start us off with. If you can't, then maybe I need to do something else. But yeah, I want to do this video, this stream, basically to talk about Game Week 7 and the pain I went through and some of the changes I've made. Also, the best team in my league as well. I wanted to highlight that, and I also want to get to some of your questions. Now, I did ask on Twitter for some of you to actually tweet me some questions ahead of this live stream. I do have a couple to get back to, but if you want to ask your own questions, do that in the chat box, because I do have people helping me out tonight, which we actually quite good for me, because there's quite a lot going on the technical side. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Crap. If you can't hear the sound, please let me know. Or do I just need to shout? Is that the answer? Anyway. So I'm messing around with this as well, see how it looks. Crap, no one can hear anything. All right. Damn it. I guess I lost that bet with the technical issues. Crap. All right, what if I do this? Is that any better? All good? Guys, I need the help with just letting me know if this works or not, because this is only the second time I've done it. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Game Week 7, didn't go so well. So let's have a look at my team actually. Just skip on to that. That picture, by the way, I'll get to that in a second. But this is my team. I'll talk about how great it did. Wow. Yeah, you can see how pretty awful that team did. I mean, it was the best game week in terms of goals. I'm sure all of you beat me like so well. I mean, I saw obviously a lot of people had Sanchez, a lot of people had Lukaku, Mata. I think the writing was on the wall for my team when Chadley was benched by Spurs, and then obviously an hour in he came on against City. Spurs were flying. Pretty much anyone could score a goal against City, it looked like. Chadley then had his header by that stupid son of a... Yeah, what an idiot. So yeah, Chadley's goal was ruled out because Son was on the line. The ball was going in. It actually gets me annoyed kind of even talking about it. So yeah, I'll try and skip on away from the Chadley incident, but I think that was what kicked it off and made my team perform so badly, and then it was just downhill from there. Luckily, I did actually go out during the day, so I didn't watch all of the games on Saturday. I just watched the Spurs City game, and that was bad enough, to be honest. So yeah, obviously Shaqiri, Yaya putting up injured, and Wilson. Sorry, any Bournemouth fans watching this, but I guess that didn't go too well, did it? He's out for, what is it now, 6 months? Not very good. Defense terrible. Guzan actually came on and got me 4 points, surprisingly, even though he conceded 3. I think he made 9 saves, so that explains the 4 points for Guzan. But thanks to everyone who voted for my transfer last week to bring in Martial. Obviously, I got the right captain in the end, it looks like. So, yeah, 5 points, doubled up. So that was quite nice, I guess. The only positive I could take from that was the Martial signing. Obviously, everyone else failed. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of players or FPL players that had the same pain. So, yeah, feel free to leave that in the comments. I am looking at the live stream comments as well. So, Eddie had 28 points. Yeah, that wasn't great. So, yeah, thanks, Ryan. You put me right off with that, saying you can't hear me, but I guess everyone else can. But yeah, let me go back to this picture just to show you what I did on Sunday. So instead of kind of crying about FPL and my team, I actually went to the Copenhagen derby. Now, I don't expect anyone else has done it, but if you can at some point, do try to, because that was an experience and a half. It was awesome. It kind of made me realize that football is amazing, no matter where you are in the world or even how well your FPL team does. Sometimes it's just, yeah, go to watch a game, and if the atmosphere is good, then yeah, you'll feel a lot better about it. So yeah, I was really happy about that. That was absolutely amazing. And yeah, maybe I'll post some videos as well in my upcoming videos to show you what else they did. They put on quite a show. This picture, that one, isn't actually from the game I went to, but what they did do was pretty much more impressive than that. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, if you haven't done that, yeah, I highly recommend it. So yeah, I've said I don't think I've said it before on my YouTube channel, but I am living in Denmark at the moment. So that kind of explains why I've got access to or the Copenhagen derby at least. So I just wanted to explain that. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. So as I said, guys, anyone who's just joining this stream, then feel free to jump in the chat if you want to ask questions about your team. I do have some helpers. So FPL Hints and Fantasy Yerma is in there as well somewhere. He'll be able to answer some of your questions. Maybe try and put me off as well. That really didn't help, but thanks. And also, as well as showing off my team, I wanted to show you the best performing team in my league this week. So this team, I think it's the best performing anyway. I did go through the league this morning to try and find the best performing team for the game week. But yeah, this guy, forgive me, I haven't actually got your name. That was my bad. But yeah, so this guy, 93 points. I mean, I'm sat there looking at it from my 24 points I had after the hit. All the jealousy and envy is, yeah, that's in now. I mean, I'm looking at that team thinking I should have had all of these players. Lukaku, Mata, Sanchez, yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, Olakrok, Aga does play for Brombu. Yeah, he was in there. He was pretty much, one of the best players for Brombu. Yeah, so any English fans or English people watching this, you're going to think that Bromby is pronounced Bromby, but it's not. It's pronounced Brombu. That's something else you kind of pick up when you live in Denmark. But yeah, Daniel Agger was there and basically being a nuisance in the defence of Brombu. It was pretty funny to see, actually. Yeah, he played pretty well. And the game itself was actually terrible, but the atmosphere was amazing. So yeah, like I say, I'll try and post some videos from that game maybe in an upcoming either a review or preview of the game week, just to show you, basically try and show you what made me get over my pathetic team performance. But anyway, back to this team. This is the best one in the league. And yeah, I can't see any changes that I would make to this team if I was the manager of this. So I don't know if the person that is managing this team is watching, then let us know in the comments. But yeah, I've kind of panicked actually with my team. So I'm making a few hits, or I'm taking a few hits. I'm actually bringing in 3 players on the advice of everyone on Twitter. So I did put it up who I should replace, or who I should bring in for my team. And there were a few suggestions, but Mata was one. Maybe it's a bit risky actually because he might be playing in Champions League. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I've also brought in Vardy. So that should be a pretty decent addition, I'm hoping. And Payet, Dimitri, whatever his name is, he's in as well. So they're the 3 that I've brought in. Now, I don't have a screenshot of my current team, but I'll be doing that in a preview video, so that the next video I do on this channel will be that preview. So yeah, let's get to a couple of your questions. So FPL Junior asked me the best 4.5 defender to replace Gomez. Best fixtures, most points likely. Any help in the chat? So yeah, sorry, I've not actually had time to look at the options for this. I was kind of hoping that you'd answer that in the chat, so maybe that might be quite nice. I'm keeping an eye on it. So yeah, I can see a few chats going on. But yeah, keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. So FPL Hints and Ryan, if you can stick around and answer some of these questions, that would be pretty good. I kind of want to keep on talking so that the stream doesn't get too boring. So bear with me. I'm just trying to look at some of the possible replacements for Gomez. I guess it might actually depend on his defense as well. So suggestions coming in. Marino, yeah, good shout. I I'm just kind of winging it. 2 seconds. I will get the fixture list up as well so we can actually talk about that. That might be more interesting than just that one tweet. And it's going to help me out with picking replacements. So yeah, 2 seconds. There we go. Fixtures. So Bournemouth are at home to Watford. So yeah, if you can get this is probably one of the best games that Bournemouth are going to have in terms of getting clean sheets. Oh, balls. Looks like the stream's dropping, is it? Am I back? I think I might be back. Interesting. So I might just do a behind the scenes shot actually, just to show you what I'm kind of going through. There's a lot to all of this. Cool, I'm back. Happy days. Right, so yeah, what I was doing was just taking a while to get the fixtures up because that might actually help. For one, it helps me realize exactly what games are coming up, and then that might help others in picking their transfers, I guess. So yeah, looks like we're back. Is it time to transfer out Chadley? Well, yes, probably is because now Eriksen's back fit. So yeah, speaking of the Danes, yeah, Eriksen's fit, so he's coming back into contention and likely going to be starting the next few games. But Chadley's kind of annoying because, yeah, when he does score, he seems to score a lot. Like as in he gets double figures. Obviously, if he does score a goal, then he's guaranteed bonus points. And he did look kind of threatening against City as well, even though he was only on for half an hour, and he should have scored. It was just that little son of a kind of ruled out took away his goal, which yeah, I am still a bit bitter about, but whatever. But yeah, FPL Hints has suggested that Payet is a good replacement. Well, that is what I've done. I have brought in Dimitri, so that's how my team. Well, actually, I can't. I will show you what my team looks like in a second. But yeah, I think I've stuck with Chadley actually. But yeah, I replaced Yaya Toure. That's right. And I replaced Wilson and Shaqiri. That was who else I took out. Right, so bear with me again. This might actually just help some of those questions. I'm just going to pick out my team. So yeah, all these technical hitches. I mean, yeah, you should expect this being only the second live stream I've ever done. But yeah, maybe I'll be a bit more prepared next time. Sod it, let's do this. Let's try and get this view back. I actually quite like this one. See if this works. All right, so I can play around with this screenshot. 2 seconds. See, this is what is annoying sometimes. Things don't go to plan. So, like my team in game week 7 just failed completely. Well, I'm guessing you can't see that screenshot, right? You can just tell me in the chat if that screenshot if you can't see it. Hopefully you can see it. If you can, then yeah, let me know. But I think I will need to put that full screen because that looks pretty bad to me. So again, bear with. Can you see that? Can you actually see the players that I've got in there as well? Yeah, too small. Thought so. All right, bring it up a bit bigger. There we go. That should be better. So this is now my team going into game week 8. I have taken an 8-point hit. I did actually go into depth on my website about kind of the thought process behind it. And it was basically, all I was thinking was, well, Twitter knows more than I do. So yeah, I put the my former team up on Twitter and asked you for suggestions. And the first 3 that came back were Payet, Mata, and Vardy. So they are in the team. That basically explains why I've brought them in. But the thing is, I agree completely with those players. So yeah, I wanted to bring in Vardy actually a couple of weeks ago, and I was hoping that he would win the vote that I had ahead of game week 7. Obviously now it looks like, yeah, it was the obvious one because he scored 11 points and Wilson got crocked. But I mean, I left it up to the vote, and yeah, thanks to everyone who did vote, by the way. That was pretty cool. And hopefully, maybe like leave me the feedback as well if you actually thought that was pretty good for you. I don't know. But I might do more of it. So I might just put votes up for captain picks, things like that, or transfers going down the line, just to kind of keep you guys involved as well. Because like I said in the very first video of my channel, it's not about me so much. Like, I'm not the expert on this. I want to kind of get you talking about FPL, and yeah, so I try and talk about it as much as I can. But I just want you to get involved basically, and that makes it more fun for me as well. So yeah, I think that's probably enough of my team. Maybe captain pick actually. While we're here, we've got a few people watching this and a few people in the chat. Then let me know about who you think I should actually captain. So I've gone Aguero because surely he's due a goal at some point, right? Um, Newcastle at home, maybe his best chance. I am tempted by Scott Sinclair as well, but yeah, we'll see that. Ah, yeah, good point, Jason. I have got McCarthy, and he's probably not going to play, is he? So, yeah, I need to switch that around. Have faith in my Villa boys that Guzan is going to do well. So I'm actually going to just change that right now, even though you can't see it. I am doing it. And Aguero is currently captain, but if you want to suggest anyone else, then yeah, surely he is due. I think, hopefully. So yeah, Guzan in goal. So that's the only change from the team that you can see, is that Guzan is now my keeper for the game week. So yeah, maybe the bench I know is a bit dodgy with Target and Gomez being rotation risks, or they're not going to be playing next week. So yeah, obviously the bench boost is not going to be played next week. So yeah, it's going to be a longer process, I think, for my team anyway, just to basically get these weak links out. So yeah, we'll see. So I don't know. You got a few questions coming in as well in the chat. Is it worth taking a hit to bring in Sanya? FPL hints, are you still there? Do you want to help? Didn't I hear that Sanya maybe is going to be out? Was that for the Champions League? I don't know. Yeah, so Peter's saying, Sanya will be dropped for Zabaleta soon. So I would be a bit wary of taking the hit, I guess, for... okay. So yeah, I know this is a bit annoying actually with the live stream stuff because I think it's a bit delayed. So I'm seeing your chats come in a bit later, or I'm reacting to them, and then you can hear me. So yeah, I'll maybe try and avoid too much of responding to the chat kind of in the in kind of real time, because obviously I'm kind of breaking, stopping, and yeah. Sinclair over Chadley, seriously? Well, yeah, crackdown. I am a Villa fan, so Sinclair's going to start, basically. I know he didn't in my game week 17, maybe that's what jinxed it. But yeah, Sinclair's going to start over Chadley all day long, when Chadley is now going to be benched for Ericsson. So, yeah. That's the feedback I have on that. All right, anyway, I should probably switch over to another question. Oh, and FPL hints, yes, I did use my wild card. If you are keeping up with the channel, you would have seen who I brought in or who I replaced. I think actually, that was it a couple of weeks ago, maybe game week 6, I think it was. Basically, I'd taken out people like Richie I had as captain in the first week. He scored. I took out Janmat Newcastle. He was in my first or my pre-season squad. He scored. And there was one other I can't remember. So yeah, wildcard hasn't actually treated me very well so far. Anyway, so yeah, Ryan, you keep distracting me because I kind of want to read what you say. You just carry on drinking and watching the footy. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I should have the football on as well, actually. But yeah, who is Arsenal, isn't it? Anyway, let's get to Dave's question. So, should Hazard owners sell for City mid? Number one question. Personally, I would say no because of Chelsea's upcoming games. Now, I before I kind of did the drastic three transfers for an 8 point hit last night, I did look at Chelsea and their upcoming fixtures being so appealing. So obviously Southampton at home this week, and I think it is Villa at home they've got the week after. So yeah, FPL hints as well. You're kind of saying it for me. Don't sell Hazard at this time. I mean, I was even considering bringing in Hazard and Pedro. I do have the funds to do that, but I went kind of with Twitter because I thought, yeah, if my team fails, then I can kind of blame you lot. I guess that was kind of the motivation for that kind of transfer. But I think with Chelsea's upcoming games, then Hazard should be the one you're looking at. And yeah, so as FPL hints suggests, then Pedro is probably the sensible option if you're going to get rid of Hazard. But I don't know actually if Dave is asking for himself or it might just be a general question to debate in the comments. So yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm going to be looking at Chelsea's games from behind my sofa because yeah, their games are pretty tempting. Yeah, we'll see. But looking at the comments, then KDB, yeah, De Bruyne is. I mean, he scored. How many is it now? 3-2 or 2-3? I don't know. Whatever it is, he scored a lot, and I had my doubts about him because obviously he didn't do too well at Chelsea. That's why they shipped him out. But he seems to have stepped up quite well, and I guess the only question is, would he justify his price tag? But it looks like he's doing all right so far. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, Dave was asking for a friend, and I hope we've given him the answer. I don't even know if he's what. So yeah, going back to game week 8. Does anyone else? All right, so let's have a look at maybe some outside shouts for a captain pick. Actually, so I'm going to go Aguero against a hopefully dodgy Newcastle defense. But anything else that stands out in these games? So I'm looking at Villa, as I kind of do through my Villa tint or claret tinted glasses. I'm thinking Villa are going to beat Stoke. I think we have to because now they're in the bottom three. Then going to have to do something to get out of that mess. So it's just always a question of who's going to get the goals. But obviously we've got Rudy up top. It might be quite nice. But yeah, let me know in the comments or the chat if you've got any suggestions for captain. That'd be quite good. So yeah, I am going to carry on talking. It's just I'm getting distracted from all these tweets that are coming in. So give me 2 seconds. So yeah, Chief, thanks for tweeting, and also Chief, while you're at it, thanks for tweeting the link to the live stream, and also for getting me above 1,000 followers. So I'm now up to 1,012. So thanks a lot for that. That's pretty cool. And oh my god, yeah, good point. I opened up this live stream talking about the Copenhagen derby. Well, it's the Merseyside derby as well on Sunday. So, I mean, I I actually went to one a couple of years ago. I've got some friends who are big Liverpool fans. I went to Anfield to watch Liverpool Everton, and it was a dire 0-0 draw, really cagey. Yeah, I think it was quite emotional day. So maybe this is gonna it won't be quite so charged. I think it's the 25 years thing. But yeah, this game yeah, it could be tasty, right? I mean, Everton are in decent form. Lukaku's firing. Is it time to bring him in? Maybe. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to take any more hits. I think 8 is more than enough. More than enough. So maybe Sturridge could be an option as well. Obviously, he's back, scored against Villa. Yes, I know. Um, but yeah, this game actually could be really interesting. Anyway. So yeah, sorry, I keep getting distracted again. Fantasy Eagles tweeted me, he needs to be structured a bit more. Yeah, thanks. Another question as well, actually. Thoughts on Sacco, West Ham? So FPL hints. Have you got any advice on Sacco? This is the West Ham Sacco we're talking about. Needs to be structured. Yeah, I know. So yeah, let's try this so you can actually see my reaction when I actually mess up. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway. So yeah, this is a bit harder than it maybe looks. And I'm a lot better at the more structured previews. This is, I mean, oh yeah, I'm trying this format to see if it works and see if it is actually that good. I don't know. There we go. Right, so this is what I was aiming for, to have me here in the top, and then fixtures there as well, and I could have anything else down there, but I thought just the link to the hashtag might be quite nice. But yeah, I don't know. This is something that I wanted to just to try out, so yeah, see how it's going. Maybe because I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, then maybe I should just stop and we should just carry on Twitter. I don't know. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions, guys, on what you want to see in upcoming live streams or videos as well, I'm all ears. So yeah, let me know. Yeah. Richard Gray, no, I don't use Excel. I use Twitter, basically. I try and follow people who are going to give me advice and also like injury news as well, things like that. But yeah, I try to not take this game that seriously, to be honest. I try and have fun with it, and I can talk about it for, well, what's it now, half an hour. I've managed to talk about it to myself, kind of. But yeah, I don't go into Excel and plug things in because, well, I don't think you can predict football to that extent. Like, maybe I'm wrong because, yeah, obviously I'm doing so terribly in the league. I think I'm on page, what is it now, 7 of 11. But yeah, I'm having fun. Actually, that was actually one thing I wanted to talk about in my Game Week 8 preview. So I half mentioned it on my blog as well, but basically talking about why I play this game, and basically it's because it makes all the other games more interesting. So I'm an Aston Villa fan, and I obviously want to follow them and see them do well. But there's so many other games on, basically FPL makes every other game interesting because I'm either hoping that a player does well or I'm hoping that a player doesn't do well or whatever. And I'm also, yeah, for me it makes it more exciting. So yeah, obviously the tagline or the catchphrase of this channel is, "Mate, why do you take this so seriously?" And yeah, I don't really, but it's good fun, right? And yeah, it's helpful just to, yeah, keep talking about it. It's good fun, and yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that point, but for me, it's just about having a laugh, really. Okay, I'm just having a look at the chat, see if there's any more questions. FPL Hinch, by the way, you're doing awesome on responding to everyone. So I am having a look in the chat and seeing, yeah, there are a few questions. What should managers look at when picking up players? All right, so I've just said that I don't go into too much detail on the stats and stuff, but the thing that probably stands out for me is the fixtures they've got coming up. I mean, if you can look maybe 3 games ahead, then yeah, that might help. Because like I said, with the Chelsea, at least they've got 2 tasty home games coming up, and then if you pick Chelsea players, you're kind of increasing your chances of doing well. Um, yeah, I love my random captain picks, I must say, because it basically then bucks the trend on. I mean, yeah, everyone's kind of focused on Aguero at times or Martial for game week 7. It was there. That didn't go so well. But I like to mix things up, like with Chadley a couple of weeks ago, Matt Ritchie in my first week of this game, because if it pays off, then it's obviously no one else is then going to get those doubled up points, and it just makes it a bit more interesting. I actually did have one question. I don't know. I think it was either Aaron or Scott on Twitter who asked me what my excuse me best ever game week was. So not counting double game weeks, obviously when you get kind of easily into the 100 points sometimes. Um, I do remember asking, or no, asking. I do remember getting 95 points one time where I had Leighton Baines as captain, and it was the game when he scored two free kicks against West Ham. Um, but yeah, that was kind of a random one. I know he was in form a couple of years ago, but yeah. So that was answering your question. No beer this time, damn it. I'll stick with the water. Um, Rob's asking me where I'm from. Well, I'm living in Denmark at the moment. I'm not Danish. I'm from Cheltenham, just outside Cheltenham. No one's going to know where the little town I'd come from. So people barely even know where Cheltenham is, but that's where I'm from originally. So actually, it was why I did have a look at Jack Butland as well. Game week before he got his assist, because he did play for Cheltenham once, and I thought, yeah, why not put him in? Uh, excuse me, but yeah, I am a Villa fan from Cheltenham, now living in Denmark. So there you go. That's where I'm from. Any more questions for me? All right, I might just leave this open because it seems like you guys are having quite a fair bit of chat. FPL Hints is killing it. Um, my glamorous assistant in the chats, I really appreciate that. Thanks. So yeah, I'm going to leave you to it, I guess. Go over to Twitter, see if there's anything. No. But yeah, I kind of wanted. I don't know if anyone who's watching this was watching my first live stream. Basically, I messed up completely on the audio. It sounded terrible, and that didn't work. And I messed up with like the switching between screenshots and all that. That was pretty bad. But I think this one's a little bit better. But obviously, any feedback you've got for me, then either tweet me at JoeRyan365 or leave a comment in the chat box or wherever it is. It's going to be over here somewhere, I think. And I'll just take that on board and maybe then improve for next time, because yeah, like I say, pretty much every video, this is all about you and your team, not so much about me and the misery I go through with some pathetic game weeks or near misses like Chadley or whatever it is. It's just having a laugh basically, and maybe we can talk about your team. So I know Aaron actually tweeted me. I don't think I've shown this yet, and the screenshot might not be good enough to for everyone to see. But he's asking me about, with Callum Wilson out, who would be the most logical replacement. So yeah, obviously Vardy being the top point scorer or best attacker at the moment is the obvious one. But I don't know if anyone's got any other suggestions for Aaron's team. Might be pretty good to again. Sorry about the screenshot might not be clear enough, but basically he's asking for a replacement for Wilson. So if anyone else has gone for maybe a bolder pick than Vardy, then let us know in the chat. That might help. And Chief asking if I do a captain poll. I think I will. Yes. But then I guess which players to put in the poll. I mean, I could put all 11 starters. But then obviously I'm a bit wary that you're going to pick Guzan. But yeah, I'll set something up, I think, Chief, and I'll do that. Yes, Rudy Gustede. That would be, if I didn't have Vardy, then he would probably be the most logical choice for a replacement for Wilson, that is. All right, so there's plenty of feedback for you there, Aaron. I hope you are watching and seeing that. I think basically this stream will actually go up as another video, which is why I'm trying not to take too many breaks or mess up, because basically this is going to be recorded and then shown or as a video, standalone video on my channel. Why is there no daily live shows like this on FPL? Well, I guess no one else has bothered to look into how you do it or had the balls to sit in front of a camera and do it. I guess. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I quite like it. It's a bit different, I guess. Yeah, that's why no one else has done it, I think. I mean, you can mess around with it as well. I kind of like that. That's quite a cool little feature I've found. But yeah, I mean, I've seen like on YouTube before I started anyway, I did see a few videos where it was just either screenshots of a team, people talking over it, or like, I don't know, that was about it, right? That was the only options. So I thought, why not stick my face in the video and yeah, just do that. I think it's a bit more engaging than just a voiceover and like scripted. Someone's reading off a page. That's pretty boring. Not to take a dig at anyone else for doing what they do. This is just the way I do it, and that's it. And yeah, if you want to have fun with it, then that's cool. Like, keep saying more of it. So yeah, I think I will. Sorry, I'm just getting another tweet. So yeah, thanks Moogie for the Excel sheet. Is it? Oh my god. Colourful. Maybe I'll try and share that actually. Can you see that? Yeah, so if you go on my Twitter, it's JoeRyan365. And maybe just look that. I might retweet that actually just to show you all the colours. It's yeah, it's cool. And your team as well. I don't know, actually, does that work? Kind of. Pay a captain. All right, that might be a bit much to do that because yeah, that's not so good. But yeah, go over to my Twitter, guys, if you want to tweet me as well. Any questions, it's at JoeRyan365, as I just said. I do want to try and get that hashtag, that one, FFM Live, going. So I don't know if you want to if you tell your friends about it or whatever, or maybe it's just for us to share, whatever. It'd be quite interesting to see kind of how far it goes. So I have no expectations for this. My goal is to just do a video at least once a week throughout the whole season and just carry on having chats about it, because I think I did mention it in my last video where someone asked me what made me start Fantasy Premier League. Well, it was at work. I basically talked about football all day long with my colleagues, and we did have a league set up as well where you could win money. So we all threw a tenner in. And in that first season, I finished second, so I won about 60 quid, I think. And basically that then got me hooked. So that was the season where I had Baines as captain a couple of weeks, and he got me like 30 odd points in a game week. So yeah, that's what started me off on this kind of journey, I guess. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good fun, right? Any more questions for me? It doesn't look like it, but yeah, plenty of chat going on. Again, this is really good to see. I am keeping half an eye as well on Twitter. So here you go. I'll retweet that one, the Excel file. Amazing. Holly FPL Fashion. Apart from Kolarov, who would be the top must-have defender when using your wild card? I was looking at Azpilicueta actually for Chelsea, so I don't know how long you've been looking at the live stream, but yeah, with Chelsea's upcoming games, then Azpilicueta could be the one to actually get involved with. I don't know if anyone else has got a suggestion for replacing Kolarov as so if you're basically money's no object, you're going to use your wild card, who would you bring in for Kolarov? It's the one question I've got on Twitter. mm, mm, mm. So yeah, I'm kind of keeping half an eye on the chat as well. I want to get involved in that, but it's kind of hard to. Uh, yeah, it's kind of hard to then manage the stream, to mess around with the screenshots and do all this nonsense and show you my team and do all that and make sure the audio is working and everything like that. So hopefully, FPL Hints, you'll do an amazing job of keeping this going in the chat. So Callum's asking about Payet captain. Playing Sunderland, surely he will score high. Well, yeah, I think basically any team that's coming up against Sunderland now is like, that's who you want to get on board with, right? Because Sunderland are pretty terrible. What was it? They conceded 3 last week. Yeah. Well, Richard, you say I don't rate Payet. Well, he's in my team now. So yeah, I do show you that. There you go. That is my team for game week 8. So yeah, I did actually have him a couple of weeks at the start of the season, and then I took him out for the wild card. I can't remember who I replaced him with. Yaya Toure maybe. So that was a mistake on my part. Hands up for that. But he's in now, so yeah, let's do it. So did anyone have a City amazing fixtures? Why sell Kolarov? So anyone else got any replacements for Kolarov? I mean, I guess my suggestion would have been Dyer probably for Spurs because he's not playing as a defender. He's playing as a midfielder pretty much, and obviously he's getting forward a bit. All right, so I don't know if anyone's keeping half an eye on Twitter as well at the same time. Like I'm kind of flipping between different screens, and I mean I could even just try something else on this stream where I can actually show you my screen, I think. See how that looks. I'm not sure if that's going to work, to be honest. Is it? No, that doesn't work. So I thought I might be able to stream my screen. Maybe? I don't know. No, it's not going to work, I don't think. So yeah, next time I do this kind of stream, I'll have a little bit more structure and maybe not kind of pissing about trying to figure out how this all works. So again, yeah, my terrible team and the replacement team. Anyway, as I was saying about Twitter, there are some more questions coming in. So, which 2 of these 4 players should I bring in for Rooney and Deeney? Why would you take out Rooney? So, who would you replace Rooney and Deeney with? Would it be Vardy, Sacco, Gomes, or what? Deeney? Okay, that question doesn't make too much sense from J Tucker 7, but I would not replace Rooney. I don't think at this time because it looks like finally he's kind of coming back to form. I mean, I did have him for the first few weeks and he did nothing, so that's why I had to take him out. Well, Matt saying I shouldn't be doing live streams during Champions League. Well, I mean, if I'm going to compete with the big boys, then I'm going to have to compete with Champions League, right? But yeah, I could do it maybe on a Friday night when actually everyone's thinking about the Premier League again. Yeah. Set schedule for this. Like I say, my goal was to do 1 video a week for the rest of the season. Live streams maybe help with like keeping you lot actually engaged because I can kind of respond to you directly. Maybe just rethink the day I do it. But I just wanted to test this out because I did find out about like the features of this live streaming that I'm doing. So I thought, I just wanted to get this out there. And this is actually going to kind of replace I normally do a game week 7 review, but I thought this might be a bit better because I thought I might cry after game week 7. That team, this team was terrible. So yeah, that explains why I'm doing a live stream now. So yeah, the last one I did actually was on a Monday night. So it was during a Monday night football. That was the one where I had all the audio issues. So I messed up completely. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of still there. But yeah, I might try that again. So thanks, Keith, for the suggestions. Sunday or Monday might be a good shout. It was just tonight I had some spare time as well. So we've gone 46 minutes so far. What's my occupation? Well, I work with social media, put it that way. So I kind of should know what I'm doing with regards to like this kind of thing, like live streaming and presenting videos and then tweeting and Facebook and all that stuff. So that's all I'm going to go into right now. But yeah, maybe that's for another video. I can tell you all about that. So yeah, there you go. Yes, Ryan, this live stream is an intervention for my Game Week 17. I had to do something to kind of take my mind off this load of tripe. So yeah, I've done blog posts about it as well on my website. And yeah, I've made some drastic changes as well. I know, like these. So the Paye Mata Vardy coming in. I had to do something, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, Chief, you're still with us, so thanks for carrying on in the chat. I don't know, I'll have to review like kind of what was said because maybe there's some advice in there that I should be taking a look at. I kind of missed it because I'm trying to do about 8 things at once, which obviously, if any ladies are watching, then they know that yeah we struggle with multitasking. Anyway, all right. So a couple more questions. Is Balassi worth keeping faith in? Actually, that's the thing. I've not really been watching Palace too much, so maybe if Palace fans are in the chat, then you can tell who was it asking that question? Dan Thompson about Balassi. Is it worth keeping faith in him? I'm not sure because I've not had him and I've not watched Palace playing that much. All right, so there is one thing I do want to do. I want to try and get my desktop to work. Uh-huh. Damn it. Yeah, so I talk loads then as well. um, yeah, damn it. So the audio hopefully is back. Can you let me know if it is? I think it is. Basically, I did try and say about how much work goes into doing this kind of thing, and trying to explain that this isn't actually as easy as maybe it looks. Is the sound back? I don't know. It should be. Yeah, good. Damn it. I even gave my website a plug as well. I tried to talk about that, but never mind. So yeah, I was trying to give an insight into what goes on, and also to show you this Twitter stream as well. So I am getting some questions on there. So again, the Balassi question I wanted to highlight: is he worth keeping faith in? I would say I don't know. Right, this might be better if I just do this. There we go. Right, so I can now see the Twitter stream and the live stream or the live chat. So obviously, if you got any questions, either tweet me like you FPL Junior did with this. Where am I going? Right, so this is his team, and he's going for captain KDB. I mean, with my team, I think that's a good move. I think City should destroy Newcastle. But I mean, yeah, a lot of teams should have done a lot of things this season. But yeah, it's a sensible choice anyway. That's all the advice I would have. I don't know if anyone else in the chat has kind of got something. Okay, so Chief is signing off. He did only say he'd be around for half an hour, so to be fair, yeah, an extra 23 minutes from the Chief is good. So thank you very much for joining us and for helping me out on the chat because, yeah, I mean, hopefully I've kind of shown you what I go through and how it's really hard to do all this and to chat as well and speak and look after a stream and, yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, so Jay Tucker has explained that Rooney is out because of fixtures. Yeah, fair enough. I know they got Arsenal next, but I haven't looked too far ahead. Right, so this I think is going to be the last question for now, anyway, because yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm kind of run out of things to say, but hopefully, like I said actually earlier, I don't know if you caught it or not, but I want your feedback definitely. So leave me in the chat. Leave me your feedback about this stream, about what you think I should do better, what I should do differently, what you want to see more of in my normal videos. Like because yeah, that'll be interesting for me to start with, and obviously if I make it better for you, then you'll be more likely to watch, and maybe they're more likely to share and comment and just talk about this game that we all play and we all kind of maybe take a little too seriously sometimes, but we're having fun with it, right? Maybe if I flip back to this screen, might be a bit better. Just to kind of sign off and fantasy Yerma, is it? Question: what do sheep count when they can't get to sleep? Probably the points in my team for game week 7. Like this that will send anyone to sleep, I think, talking about this or counting the points. So for now, I'm going to sign off and say thanks a lot for everyone that watched this. Thanks a lot to everyone who follows me on Twitter as well and subscribes to my channel. I do all this for you, basically, and chatting about fantasy football. So don't take it too seriously. I will speak to you soon.